There's a war older than Eden still raging. If God is all-powerful, why hasn't he destroyed Satan, demons, and the fallen angels? It's not a theological question. It's a paradox at the heart of time itself. Evil lingers. Justice delays. But is it by design? In this episode, I'm going to answer that question. But first, 3 things happen when this verse is spoken. Demons tremble, angels gather, and your soul is marked. You're about to hear them all. Now, most Christians believe the only reason Satan and his demons aren't already in hell is because God hasn't gotten around to it yet. He could snuff out their existence with the snap of his fingers, right? And it would be easier for him to do that than to allow the pain and suffering we see in the world. So what's the holdup? Why does God let evil linger? Well, the answer can be found in 2 words. Free will. God has given humans the ability to choose between good and evil, and as long as there are free beings in the universe who can choose God, he must allow the choice to be made. That's why Satan still lives, right? Because if God were to destroy him now, he'd be taking away the chance for people to choose God over him. But there's more to the story. You see, the problem isn't just that Satan tempts people to sin. It's also that he accuses them in court. When a believer sins, Satan brings that sin into the courtroom of God's judgment and accuses them of it. And if the believer doesn't have a record of confessing the sin and receiving forgiveness, Satan wins the case. That believer is eternally separated from God. So even though God could destroy Satan, he won't, because destroying him would mean the accusations against humanity would cease. There would be no more accusing spirits. That's why Jesus came. He went to the cross so that believers could have a record of their sins forgiven. And when he returns to earth, believers will stand before the judgment seat of Christ and give an account for their sins. But here's the thing. The Bible teaches that the books will be open during the tribulation period. That means Satan will have no more power to accuse believers once they reach heaven, because their sins will be laid bare for all eternity. Think about that for a second. All of those times you've confessed your sins and received God's forgiveness, those sins will be on display for all eternity. That's why the only people who will go to hell are those who rejected God's forgiveness through Christ. Everyone else, no matter how many sins they've committed, will go to heaven. Satan won't be able to accuse them because their sins will be forgiven. The immortal rebellion isn't about who's going to win in the end. It's already been decided. The question isn't, will God destroy Satan? It's already happened. Jesus cast Satan out of heaven with the words, "Get behind me, Satan." And the thief on the cross confessed, "Jesus, remember me." Satan lost all power when Jesus rose from the dead. So the question isn't, will God destroy Satan? It's already happened. The question is, what's the point of letting him live? And the answer is found in this. As long as men exist who can choose God, Satan will also exist to give them a choice. And when all men have chosen God, then Satan's purpose will be complete and he will die. Until next time, thanks for watching. Remember, you're amazing. And don't forget, it's all about the immortal rebellion.